Hello everyone. I prior made a video discussing some different weapon options to use for Uber Smiters, both an endgame and budget version, and from the comments in the videos, it seems that some may have been confused on the intentions of said videos. I had made a community post asking players what their go-to weapons were for a Smiter, so I used the comments that I got from the post to focus on the weapon shown, aside from Grief and Last Wish always being weapon options compared to one another in almost every regard. And I even covered the topic discussing and giving my own verdict on which is better back when I primarily played Pluggy. However, neither the endgame nor the budget weapon options videos were to say that they were the only options, but just a select few to give some variety and to see how well each one of them performs against the competition. Nothing more or less. Since those videos went live, I've received some additional options from comments that I wanted to showcase in this video as additional options. And similar to the prior video, these don't represent all of the options that one can use for a Smiter, but are just some examples of what can work with a Smiter to be able to run for Ubers. If there's some additional weapons that you feel would work with this build, make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. And for more options, make sure to check the prior videos out discussing some great weapon options for both the endgame and the budget Uber Smiter builds. The links to both of those videos will be down in the description below. For this video, I'm going to continue showcasing some more endgame focused weapon options. And again, just as with the prior video, something to keep in mind, this video is not meant to prove which one of the choices shown is to be better than the others, as each player has their preferences, their playstyles, and priorities within their builds. Some want a bit of a safer run, while others desire to go all in shield swinging and try to overpower the Ubers. Additionally, depending on one's wealth or RNG in the game, not all of these may be a choice to be able to use in the matter, especially with how expensive they can be. Do remember that these are endgame focused items. I have 3 items that I wanted to use in this video to compare, and with each weapon, I will quickly show everything that you need to know about this build. Feel free to pause the video on any one particular thing in case you want to check out the finer details for yourself. For the first option, I'm going to go with one of the most recommended weapons, being Lacerator, as it has a chance to cast down damage, open wounds, as well as increased attack speed for when Duriel slows me down with his Holy Freeze aura. And because someone mentioned before using Laying of Hands over Mage Fists, despite trying to focus on having decent FCR for teleporting, I'll switch the gloves as well and sacrifice the speed of teleporting around, in hopes to being able to add even more damage. And lastly, because I don't want conflicting procs between Exile's life tap and Lacerator's amp damage proc, I'll switch the shield to using Haz, or the Herald of Zakarum. Here's a quick look at all of the attributes, additional stats, the gear for this build, as well as the Mercenary's gear and additional stats. If you want a deeper look into this build with a more thorough breakdown of everything that you see in this run, make sure to check out my build guide that I made prior. The video will be linked down in the description below. Let's see how well this build works with using Lacerator as the weapon, focusing more on damage over survivability. Let's go ahead and get started.
goddess will not have died in vain.
With Lacerator's run now complete, let's move on to a weapon that I ended up using quite a lot in numerous different builds, which is Kingslayer. And I'm putting this in the endgame list over putting it in the higher end of a budget option because of the gold rune that it costs to be able to make this rune word, as many claim that's where the high runes start and continue their way up to Zod. This weapon has a lot of open wounds, crushing blow, and increased attack speed, and like the last run, I will still be using Laying of Hands, but now switching back to Exile as there's no more conflicting chance to cast procs. Again, here's a quick look at all the attributes, the additional stats, the gear for the build, as well as the mercenaries gear and additional stats. Let's go ahead and see how well this build works with using Kingslayer as a weapon paired with the Exile Shield. Let's go ahead and get this run started.
Can't carry anymore.
With Kingslayer's run now complete, it's time to move on to the final weapon showcase for this video, being Astrion's Iron Ward, one of the rare items in the game, and having Crushing Blow, a bit of increased attack speed, and slows target by 25% to give some help with survivability and not have the Ubers casting their skills as fast, meaning taking less damage. And like the last two runs, I will be, once again, using Laying of Hands over Mage Fists, focusing on damage over FCR. One last time, here's a quick look at all the attributes, the additional stats, the gear for this build, as well as the Mercenaries gear, and additional stats. Now let's go ahead and check out how well Astrion's Iron Ward does when being used as a weapon, hoping for a really strong ending to close out this video. Let's go ahead and get started.
My brothers will not have died in vain. My brothers will not have died in vain.
And there you have it, 3 different endgame weapons, all viable and fun to play with this build. Again, this video wasn't to try to put to rest the idea of any being better than the others, but to show that there's a lot more options than the more meta items that are go-tos for many players to use. That there's always additional options that you can use to still make running the Ubers with the Smiter not only work really well, but still be just as fun. Overall, this was a fun showcase video to bring to you today. I continue to enjoy diving deeper into smiting, It's still not my preferred Uber build, however, it really is starting to grow on me, and it's giving me more understanding for why so many love it. It's such a versatile build that does well, regardless if done with endgame items, or even budgeted. Speaking of, if you want to see showcasings of different items to use for a Smiter, make sure to check out my prior videos discussing different options, including another continuation video just like this one, but of the budget items for those who don't have the wealth for the endgame weapons, but still want a fun experience of going through the Ubers. The videos will be linked down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content and want to see more, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever a new video comes out.
Come on. Come on. Come on, then. There you are. There you are.
And if you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like. It really is appreciated to be able to help my channel to grow. And if you want to see more of my Diablo 2 Resurrected content, make sure to click the card in the corner up above to check out my Diablo 2 Resurrected playlist with a lot of videos already in it, with a lot more coming in the very near future. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.